Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are so close to the end of the finales next week. I can't believe it. We're already about to see Utopia finally debut. Let's pick it up from the last episode, which we saw the new rankings. It focused on saebi dropping out of the top 6, which is so sad because she's one of my favorites, but she's been going on a downhill curve ever since the beginning of part 2. I'm gonna be giving her some of my votes for this final week because I need her to debut. She's so good. I don't want to lose her. And we also see JIYOON move to the top 3. Exactly. Love that. Yep, that's my girl. So that's basically the only interesting stuff that happens in the rankings. We could just go to the mission. And the first thing we'll focus on is latata because they didn't really have anything going on. Koko was the leader and her picks were so good because how did she end up with both of the main vocalists and SUJUNG, who, you know, she excels in like creating concepts, like the whole everything, like she's so good at everything. And they chose latata, which makes sense. I thought they did good with the concept with the members that Koko chose, and with SUJUNG on the team I knew she was going to be able to come up with something well. Now SUJUNG does take control of a lot of the decision making because Koko did take a back seat. She wasn't really contributing much, and SUJUNG even left an opportunity for her. Like she looked at Koko to see if she had any input, but she did just stay quiet. Like I think even Jungeun said more stuff than her, so like it was basically like SUJUNG taking control because she's the one with experience, and maybe Koko just knew that, so she's like, let me just let SUJUNG take control. And there's no real drama in the part distribution. We didn't even really like see all of it because they must have just done it, like there was no drama to even show. So then we see the interim track where SUJUNG speaks the most because Koko wasn't explaining it well, but then the judges made it seem like SUJUNG was taking the power from Koko. I didn't like that. Like again, they're giving SUJUNG kind of a shady edit. Didn't love that, but it doesn't even matter. And honestly, the girls are getting good at this because there's not much to talk about because the interim track didn't even go bad. And that's basically it for the latata team. We could just talk about the performance, and Yuju did so well in this one. I loved every single part of hers. I really felt like she was charismatic on the stage. Honestly, this might be her second best stage after Spicy. I think this just suited her so much. She had like 3 parts and I loved every single part that she did. Honestly, it really reminded me of her that Signal song when she was in Ground. Like she was hungry in this performance. So good, so good. And then who else did I really like in this performance? Oh, Jungeun was another star for me in this performance. I always knew she was in all aspects, but she led that dance break so well. I knew she was a dancer, and she talked about it earlier, but everyone just knows her for her vocals. But she really did good in that dancing part. I was like, whoa, you killed that. What can't you do? And then JIYOON, I am obsessed with JIYOON's vocal tone. I just really love hearing it. She's such a gem. I can't wait to see more for her. My fingers are crossed because I know she's gonna be debuting. Let me not speak that out, but you know, hopefully she debuts. And then who else did I really like? Koko. Koko was the center, so she had a lot of parts. Solid performance from her. She's just really good at performing, but I feel like this wasn't her best either. I don't know, something about this performance to me didn't really. This is not my favorite Koko performance. Even maybe it's because Spicy of last week that she did so good. So like this one, it's kind of like a step down. But like, how can you do better than Spicy? Not even Yuju do better than Spicy this time. And then who else? Oh, SUJUNG. She didn't have that many vocal parts, but she was in the center towards the end of the performance. I was like, whoa, you did really good here too. And then I just love seeing her dance. She's honestly, well, obviously such a good dancer, but it's so good seeing someone do something that they're really good at. Like, ow. So that was the latata team. These girls are just so good. Like, let's make the team final 12. Let's make it IZ*ONE part 2. They're all so good. Okay, now we can talk about the Into the New World performance that kind of had a little bit of drama. Not even like real drama, but whatever. Jeemin, at first, she didn't get her first 2 picks, but she fumbled on them because I thought it was obvious that either a main vocal or SUJUNG were gonna go first. So I don't know what she was thinking, but she luckily got FUKO, which is another strong vocalist. But her team was still good because I'm telling you, every single girl here is really talented. And I was surprised that they went with latata. I wish they would have done Fearless or Black Mamba. I would have really liked seeing them do like a newer song. I think it would have been really cool to see them do Fearless or Black Mamba. I think they could have done something really interesting with that, but they chose Into the New World, which was surprising because Jeemin literally said that she didn't want that. But I guess since her team kind of leaned more into that kind of aesthetic concept, she ended up, you know, she's a team player. That's she's Miss Congeniality. What can I say? Okay, now let's get into the drama of the episode, because I could see the perspective of every single girl who's going through this. Like, they all have a unique point of view, and y'all are being too hard on all of them. So Jeemin is the center and leader, so she could be in control of who gets the parts, but the other girls feel like this is their last chance to show the audience and the judges that they deserve to debut. They know the end is coming, and especially Gyuri, who hasn't had a big part in any of the part 2 performances. So during the part distribution, Jeemin basically concedes to all the girls and gets small parts, while the other girls like Saebi and Gyuri, they get a lot more because they're being a little bit more greedy in this part because they're scared of the ranks. Saebi, whose rank has been going down, feels like she needs to have a performance in which she can really stand out to the judges, like make her mark. So I sympathize with that because Jeemin has been getting the center parts into performances, but that she earned. She auditioned for them in her little groups and they chose her. So it's not like she's just being gifted to it. She's earning it and she's doing a good job at performing and getting good scores. So like, you know, Jeemin's allowed to want to be the center and get a lot of parts again too. But at the same time, the other girls are allowed to display their frustration with how the part distribution is going because they just don't want to be Jeemin and friends again, you know? But Gyuri was catching so much hate on Twitter and the chat because I watched this live and I was watching the timeline and the chat. She was getting so much hate about this. Like, this is such a young girl. She doesn't want to be in the back of another performance. So she's allowed to be greedy and get more parts so she can show off how good she is because she is really good. And I was on her side. I was like, no, like, Gyuri, you should be greedy if you want to. But like at the same time, like, Jeemin, if you want to be greedy, you should be greedy too. Like, y'all should want to get the parts that you want. Ultimately, I always agree with like the girls in the unit themselves of voting for who does the part best. Like, I don't know if it's a little biased sometimes because, you know, some girls maybe are closer to another, but they should be just ranking it off based on who did the part better. I always feel like that's like the best method, but since this part they didn't have like, oh, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, so it's gonna be like, oh, everyone's gonna audition for this line, so maybe that's why I didn't do it like this. But still, like, every girl just wants to show off, so leave them alone. And we could talk about the interim chat where the other team criticized them, saying Jeemin is the center, but it looks like she's just shut in the back, while the other girls are all trying to be the center. It looks like 6 centers and 1 team. You guys, now I did not like this part at all because y'all can be mad at me all you want, but I'm convinced the producers told them to be mad because there's no way they actually care this much. I don't know. I thought it was so weird that they had such strong feelings because no girl, latata, only had 3 seconds. That was such a lie. Every girl had a part. Yuju had 3 parts, Suju had 2 and was in the center at the end. Juwon got to shine too, so like no girl only had like 3 seconds on the screen time. I don't know what they were talking about. And y'all know JIYOON is my girl. But I didn't like what she said to Gyuri at all, because if this was you, you would not be letting that slide too. You would be like, no, I want my own parts too. And JIYOON did get her own parts and latata. So Gyuri's allowed to be like, I want my own parts too. And this also goes to SUJUNG because her and JIYOON, they would not be okay with getting a part that's like only 3 seconds long. And I just didn't like that they were making the other girls feel bad about being greedy, because this is a survival show at the end of the day. Like, they're fighting to debut, and this is not even your team, you know. That's just my opinion though. Y'all can have a different one, and that's fine. The star of this performance to me was FUKO. FUKO did that. She sounded so good. I know she keeps doing songs like these, but she keeps eating in them, and I don't mind that much. She's just so good at this. I love that part, like towards the middle of the performance, where she just like gets that one line and she looks into the camera like, oh. She got my vote. I already voted for her once this week, and I'll be voting for her again later this week. Next is JIMIN, the center for a reason. She's really just born to do this. She'll most likely be the center of the debut group, and I think she'll do so good because I do feel like she can be a stand attractor because of how good she is. Like, she will be bringing new people to Utopia. Next is Gyuri. Ever since the last episode, she's made me a fan, and another great performance from her. Her vocals are excellent and have never wavered. Her and FUKO keep making the same songs, but they keep delivering. So underrated. She's so underrated, and now she's getting hated on for no reason. Leave her alone, losers. Saebi has been another censored candidate for the show. She didn't get that much this time, but she did good. When the camera was on her, I was like, yep, solid. That's her. Please vote for her. She really knows how to perform and has a major stage presence for the role. Next is Mai, who sounds so good, which was such a nice surprise because I know she's been struggling with having her vocals sound nasally, and this time it did not sound nasally on. If anything, this is probably like the best she sounded. I feel like she could sound good on I Will Always Love You Too, but this one she sounded even more better. Like she sounded so clear, no nasal at all. Like yes, she's growing, she's improving. Another pick of mine, Sarang, she didn't really stand out to me this much, but it's because she didn't really have much to do. But everything that she did do was good. She just didn't really have a lot to do, so kind of sad about that. And overall, I do think I prefer this performance over Latata. I don't know, they were both really good, but I do think I like this one better. We can talk about the ranks. With JIMIN got first, no big surprise. She's the most popular, has the most solid fan base behind her. I'm not voting for her, but I'm supporting her 100%. Next was jungeun, which was a total shock for me and most people because I didn't know she really had that votes to get her this high. I underestimated her a lot. I thought her one pick wasn't gonna be as strong, and if it was gonna be strong, it was only gonna be global because I did see something that she's not that popular domestically, but she came through. She came all the way to second place, which is crazy. Hopefully a good sign for the finale. Fingers crossed. Third was JIYOON, which wasn't a big surprise to me because she has global and domestic votes behind her. So that was another good reveal to me that she's getting high. Fingers crossed for the finale as well, that she's in the top 6. Then the judges picked their people. I don't really think the order is like anything revealing. I don't think they actually picked an order from their favorites to least because that would be too obvious. So let's just talk about Juwon and SUJUNG. Juwon, I knew she was going to be one of the ones to go because she never got a storyline. The judges don't really praise her that much and she's not popular enough to make it to the top 3 to be safe. So I was sad to see her go, especially since she had such a good last performance in Latata. She's always been such a good dancer and she has solid vocals too. I feel like people kind of sleep on that. Hopefully she debuts in the future because she really has the skills to back it up and she could be an idol already. Now SUJUNG, I'm really sad about this one because SUJUNG was in my top 6 in the beginning of the show, but I just started liking other people more, so she basically became my 7th. Just because she's able to do everything, like she can sing, dance, rap, she's so young and it's already so full of star power. Like she really has that star vibes. I know this is not the end of her though, like 100% we'll be seeing her in something down the line. She has too much talent to let this be the end. I feel like she got a lot of fans from this show, so 100% like if we see her in either group, we might see her in another survival show. This is not the end. Like I'm rooting for both her and Juwon to do something in the future. Like maybe some company could actually like scout them out, put them in a little debut group together, like even, or like, you know, add yuju too, like them 3. I could really see them, you know, cooking something up that's like a nice little lineup. Add some more like trainees from, you know, some their own companies. I could see something coming out from there. Okay, the finale is next week. So crazy. Let me make my final predictions for the show. I think it'll go down like this: 1 JIMIN, 2 JIYOON, 3 jungeun, 4 FUKO, 5 koko. 6 is my most difficult one, but if I think I would have to give it to saebi, and my backup would probably be sarang. As for my ideal lineup, it's basically kind of the same. I'll just replace koko with sarang, and saebi would be the 5th instead. 5th would be saebi, 6th would be sarang. That's like my ideal lineup. It's been my ideal lineup for a couple episodes now, so my fingers are crossed. I hopefully get my way. Yeah, I'm filming this and the interim ranking drop. Dude, mnet is trying to save Koko right now, because when I saw this picture, I thought it was edited, because why is JIMIN 2nd and Koko 8th? What? I for real thought a JIMIN fan edited this picture to panic the fans to keep voting for her, but she actually dropped to 2nd, which is crazy. Like, who is first right now? Is first jungeun? Is first JIYOON? Those are probably the ones I lean towards. But that's crazy. The fact that Jeemin dropped, I'm in shock. I can't believe it. They never said that, like, you know, first place is gonna be guaranteed center of the group. They haven't even said like first place is gonna be like in their own song, like in Voice Planet. Like, this is not like a produced show where it's like the first place center. We all think it's gonna be like that, but it might not be like that. But I can't believe like Jeemin actually dropped. I don't think mnet cares if Jeemin drops. Frankly, I think as long as she's in it, they'll be happy. But the fact that Koko's not in the top 6 is crazy to me. Like, what's going on in these ranks? I think they're 100% gonna be trying to save her. I think they saw those lineups and they're like, what? How's Koko not in our top 6? We need to reveal this interim check right now. And I think those Koko fans are gonna get her back to top 6 right now. Hopefully this does help Koko though, because I can't believe she was out of it. I know it's shocking when this happened to her. Her fans actually did end up getting her back in the top 9, and I think Koko will get back in the top 6 after this. I think like her fans will panic vote enough. There's still a couple days left. There's like 4 days left until the finale, so I think she still has a good chance of getting back into the top 6. So yeah, the finale, a couple of days away. I'm so excited for the finale now. I think I might be going live on my YouTube channel and live streaming my reaction to it, because that's what I did for Voice Planet and it was a lot of fun, so why not do it again? So tune in. We'll be scared for our face the entire night until their names are called. So yeah, vote for Fuko, vote for Saebi, vote for Sarang, and I'll see y'all.